see the green light, you see the red one, the better days they come on.
Picture the mid-2000s, skinny ties, MySpace plays, packed club floors, and bands that felt like they'd change everything. Then almost overnight, silence. In this episode, we're rewinding to 15 forgotten 2000s groups that vanished without a trace. The names you shouted from festival fields, the singles you burned onto CDs, the hooks still hiding in your head. No gossip, no fluff, just the rise, the rush, and the sudden fade. We'll hit the lightning in a bottle debuts, the label drama, the lineup cracks, and the quiet goodbyes that never got a headline. And if you love the crossover edge, indie guitars with dubby bass lines, dance punk drums with pop choruses, you're in the right place. Before we dive 15-1, quick challenge. Which band did you swear would be massive in 2010? And when did you realize they were gone? Drop your pick in the comments. Bonus points if you still have the single on an old playlist. Volume up. Let's bring them back, one track at a time. The Bravery arrived with the mid-2000s nightlife in their pocket. Neon synths, clipped guitars, sharp haircuts, and a hook that stuck after one play. An honest mistake hit at the exact moment when indie bands were storming clubs with dance beats. The song's pulse is simple. Kick, snare, hi-hat, repeat. But the tension comes from the wiry guitar and Sam Endicott's cool, pleading vocal. It felt both restless and radio-ready, which is why it traveled fast from blogs to festivals to playlists. They had momentum, but momentum is fragile. Internal shifts, a crowded scene, and the quick turnover of blog culture meant the follow-ups never cut through the same way. The band eased into a long, quiet hiatus. No big scandal, just the volume dial turning down. Why it mattered. Proof that post-punk angles could live on the dance floor without losing bite. The stop-start pre-chorus that makes the hook explode. Question: where did you first hear it? Club, radio, or a friend's burned CD?
All right, C-Trends fam, let's keep it real. We're pouring our hearts into bringing you the best celebrity news and music deep dives. But check it, a massive 98% of you aren't subscribed yet. Subscribing is how you can truly support us, helping us grow and create even better content. If you're vibing with what we do, take a sec to hit that subscribe button. It's free and makes a huge difference. Plus, ring that notification bell so you never miss out. Let's flip that 98% and build this C-Trends family together. Your support is everything.
Delays built songs like Sun Through Stained Glass, bright, weightless, and strangely moving. Long Time Coming is all shimmer, falsetto vocals from Greg Gilbert, floating over chiming guitars and a rhythm that glides instead of stomps. It had a different kind of power for the era, less about swagger, more about lift. They drew a loyal cult, then life intervened. Health struggles and long gaps meant the band's signal faded, even as fans kept the tracks alive in playlists and memory. Delays never crashed, they just drifted beyond the spotlight. Why it mattered. A reminder that melody can be muscular without being loud. The way the bass line quietly anchors all that sparkle. Question: do you remember a specific place this song takes you back to? Bus ride, summer job, a first flat. If you wanted guitars that felt like a rave siren, the music had you. This track is a loop in human form. riff cycling, drums surging, and Robert Harvey's elastic vocal riding the crest. It sits where Brit Rock meets Warehouse, hypnotic grooves, big cymbals, and a chorus that feels like running downhill. They seem built for arenas, but the fuse burned fast. Heavy touring, shifting tastes, and the end of the first indie dance boom made it hard to sustain. Farewell shows closed their 2000s story, leaving behind a live legend and a debut that still feels like a head rush. Why it mattered? It proved a band could be both jam tight and DJ friendly. The drum accents that reset your legs every 8 bars. Question: were you there for the live wall of sound, or did you discover them later on headphones? Three voices, polka dots, and a mission. Bring 60s girl group magic into the blog era. Pull shapes is hand claps, call and response, and a bass line that never stops smiling. Underneath the sweetness, the writing is clever. Tight bridges, clean middle eights, no wasted seconds. Lineup changes and the challenge of evolving a retro concept made the arc short. They had the moment, the look, and the single people still spin at parties. But the window closed fast as indie moved on to darker tones and heavier electronics. Why it mattered. A masterclass in melody first pop at the time guitars were getting gritty. The tambourine riding the snare, instant dance cue. Question, be honest. Did this pull you onto a dance floor you swore you'd avoid? Sharp lyrics, sharper edges. The long blondes wrote like short story authors. Romance, class, ambition, and the fallout of all three. Once and Never Again hangs on a stabbing guitar figure, and Kate Jackson's narrating voice, detached, dramatic, and oddly tender. It's the sound of glam spirit routed through northern indie, flash meeting grit. Their story ended abruptly after a health crisis in the band. No slow fade, just a hard stop. What remains is a compact run of singles and an album that still feels like walking fast through city streets at night. Heels, cobblestones, neon. Why it mattered. They proved smarts and swagger could share the same chorus. The guitar's choppy rhythm under the vocal. Restless, like the story it tells. Question: which line from this track lives rent-free in your head, and why? Let the monsters see you smile. Some choruses arrive like a sunrise. Simple words, huge feeling. Life is Beautiful is that kind of anthem. Widescreen guitars, a steady backbeat, and a lyric that invites you to shout along, even if you're not sure why you're emotional yet. It felt built for movie trailers and late-night drives. Clean, surging, and unashamed to be earnest in an era that often hid behind irony. The production leaves room for the vocal to climb. When the hook opens up, the drums don't get busier. They get clearer, which makes the lift feel even bigger. Why it mattered. It proved mid-2000s, alt-rock could still swing for the fences without losing heart. The way the pre-chorus tightens like a coiled spring, then releases into that panoramic refrain. Question: do you remember the first place you heard it? On radio, in a film spot, or via a friend who swore, you need this right now? I bet you do it, shot this up. I bet you just don't understand. This is Sweat on the Ceiling Indie. Choppy guitars roller coasting over 4-to-the-floor drums. A bass line that refuses to sit still. And a vocal that barks commands like a hype man. Put You in Your Place captures a very specific moment when UK guitar bands wanted the dance tent as much as the main stage. The secret isn't just tempo, it's arrangement. The band knows when to strip down to kick, bass, and that one riff, then slam everything back in at once. It's a kinetic blueprint for how to turn a chorus into a crowd surge.
Don't think I'm coming down. What's the reason for you?
Why it mattered. It crystallized the indie dance handshake. Guitars playing like synth arpeggios. Rhythm section playing like a DJ build. The short break before the final chorus. The pause that makes the last drop hit harder. Question: if you saw them at a festival, was this the song that sent your whole row jumping in time? A snare crack, a snarled vocal, and the kind of riff you learn in 1 minute and play all summer. Come on, come on, is garage rock sharpened to a hook. No wasted motion, no extra garnish. The guitars sound like they're arguing, in a good way. One jagged and percussive, the other sawing out a melody that dares you not to nod along. The chorus doubles as a command. It is built for small venues with low ceilings and big amps, yet it crossed over because the songwriting is tighter than the attitude suggests. Why it mattered. It proved the early audience garage wave wasn't just grit. It could deliver bulletproof choruses too. How the backing vocals shadowed a lead on the hook, thickening the punch without softening the bite. Question: which city's garage scene did you ride with back then? Detroit, New York, or your own local dive? This isn't a single so much as a detonation. Test Icicles took punk velocity, dance floor instincts, and noise pop chaos, then jammed them into songs that sounded like they were about to shake apart, except they didn't. Under the mayhem is precision. Stabs land on the grid, the bass wins through odd corners, and the vocals toggle between chant and yelp with calculated intent. It's the thrill of a band making a left turn every 8 bars, daring you to keep up. And then, just as quickly as they arrived, they were gone, leaving one record that feels like a lost manual for controlled combustion. Why it mattered. It captured a pure burst of 2000s volatility, DIY energy, meeting club sensibilities at full tilt. The knife-edge transitions. Every sudden stop-start is a design choice, not an accident. Question: did you love the chaos on first listen, or did it click only after you felt the drums in a room?
This video is sponsored by the Lore Store on Amazon, your one-stop shop for music lovers across reggae, rock, pop, and hip-hop. We built it for real listeners who don't want to dig through 1,000 listings to find the right gear. Inside the Lore Store, you'll find 5 aisles. VIP, top, battle-tested essentials. Headphones, turntables, speakers, gig-safe earplugs, smart speakers. Reggae vibe, roots and lovers. Rock made easy, automatic decks, warm bookshelf speakers, vinyl care. Rock lore, classic rock must-haves, open back cans, simple amps, living room concert vibes. Pop lore, feel-good everyday setups, clean, clear speakers, easy streaming, nostalgia-friendly picks. Hip-hop must-haves, punchy bass without the muddle, closed-back headphones and living room systems that handle low-end, plus a rotating crate of old album vinyl if you're rebuilding a 60s-90s collection. Every product page tells you who it's for, 3 pros, 1 con, and why we picked it. So you can choose with confidence. Flying soon? Check. VIP for noise cancelling that tames plane roar. Mostly listening at home? Try open-back headphones that let live albums breathe. Want instant gratification vinyl? Our fully automatic turntable is one button from silence to music, and the record cleaning kit knocks down crackle so the bass tightens up. Headed to shows? Grab high-fidelity earplugs. Hands-free at home? Our smart speaker picks let you say, play 70s reggae or classic pop, and you're there. Deal alert! If you use the link in the description, you'll land on our curated picks with current best available Amazon pricing and active discounts where applicable. Prices change, so buy now to lock in today's deal. Tap the link in the description, pick your aisle, grab a favorite, and tell me which category you want me to build next. The Lore Store. Listen better, with gear that gets out of the way and lets the music live.
Slow, patient, and haunted, the Open took cues from Talk Talk's spaciousness and let silence do as much work as sound. We Can Never Say Goodbye floats on brushed drums, a bass line that moves like a tide, and guitars that shimmer instead of shout. The vocal sits just above a whisper, close enough to feel confessional. It's not built for the chart sprint. It's built for late nights and long thoughts. And that's why it lingers, because it refuses to hurry, because it honors mood as the main event.
I'll change if you wait.
Why it mattered. At a time when many bands chase faster tempos and bigger choruses, the Open doubled down on atmosphere and restraint. The reverb tail on the guitar, those echoes are part of the melody, not just an effect.
We can never really say goodbye.
Question: when did a quiet song last hit you harder than a loud one? And did this track do it for you?
You came along to raise the stakes, to tend to me.
They were the band that tried to fit a whole control room into a rehearsal space. Guitars through filters, synths snarling next to bass fuzz, drums gated and huge, vocals treated like a moving target. You hear it and think, someone's been mainlining Aphex Twin and Queens of the Stone Age at the same time. The songs aren't random experiments. They're built like thrillers, slow pressure, sudden edits, choruses that detonate. Live It felt like standing inside the mixing desk, lights strobing, riffs strafing, sub hitting your ribs. 3 albums in, it looked like they'd carve a long, weird path through the 2000s. And then the runway ended. No tabloid blow-up, just the music's stopping mid-sentence. Why it mattered. They made hybrid rock feel fearless and deliberate, not a gimmick. The way synth and guitar trade roles, one carrying rhythm while the other paints atmosphere, then switch. Question: which track first sold you on their studio as instrument approach? And did it hit harder on headphones or on stage? They wrote like a band, trying to hold a country together. Strings and brass, choirs in the distance, guitars that could be sirens or prayers. The tempos march, the drums sound cinematic. The lyrics carry the weight of headlines. You can feel the shadow that hung over their beginnings. Grief etched into arrangements that swell and fall like weather fronts. Yet nothing here is melodrama for its own sake. The quiets are patient, the climax is earned, the textures layered so carefully that every new listen reveals a hidden instrument at the edge of the stereo field. 2 albums that felt like cathedrals then. Silence. Why it mattered. They proved you could be grand without being hollow, political and personal at once. How the strings don't just sweeten a chorus, they drive it, tugging the harmony forward like a tide.
Again and again and again. So I walk this line and
Question: do epic arrangements pull you in or push you away? And where do Hope of the States land for you? Before indie sleaze had a name, the Rapture were shaking warehouse dust from the rafters. Cowbell up front, bass doing the heavy lifting, guitar skittering like a nervous system, and a vocal that sounded panicked and ecstatic at once. House of Jealous Lovers wasn't just a single, it was a club tool that cut across tribes, DJs, band kids, fashion kids, the whole 2 a.m. mess. Their magic trick was negative space, drum patterns that leave air for the bass hook to hypnotize you, then a sudden blast of noise that yanks you back into the room. As the scene cooled and taste pivoted to cleaner electronics, their shockwave felt less singular, but that first impact still reverberates. Why it mattered. It collapsed the wall between rock shows and dance floors. Everyone sweated to the same 4 bars. The moment the cowbell locks with the kick, you can feel a crowd click into one body. Question: what was your first band in a club epiphany? And did the Rapture have a hand in it? Sharp suits, sharper observations. The Rakes chronicled workaday London with the precision of a short story writer. Temp jobs, late buses, cheap pints, the math of rent versus fun. Guitars snap like camera shutters. The rhythm section sprints without breaking a sweat. Choruses arrive like a knowing smirk. $22 grand job is practically a thesis. Economy, class, and the need to dance it off. There's romance in the speed and a resignation under the romance, which is why these songs cut deeper than many of their scene mates. And then, at what felt like mid-stride, they chose the Irish goodbye, a tight bow, while the crowd was still singing. Why it mattered. They gave post-punk its newsroom. Details first, slogan second. How the bass never shows off, yet drives every turn. It's the commuter train, the song's ride. Question: which line from their singles still stings because it's true? And did you live it or just recognize it? Here's the crossover heartbeat. Reggae dub bass lines under indie hooks, punk snap on the snare, siren-like guitar lines that feel borrowed from a city's emergency services. Riot radio plays like a dispatch, short phrases, clipped urgency, and a low end that won't quit. They understood space, drop everything but bass and drums, let the reverb curl around the edges, then slam the band back in with a chant you can shout through a scarf on a cold night. It's a blueprint that should have run for years, especially with the mid-awning's hunger for danceable guitars. Instead, it burned bright and brief, a flare over Merseyside waters. For a channel like Sea Trends, they're the perfect hinge between scenes. A reminder that reggae's architecture quietly props up half your favorite indie bangers. Why it mattered. They proved dub discipline, silence, echo, sub could make guitar music hit harder without going louder. The drop where the bass line carries the whole room. That's the sound system lesson in miniature. Question: when rock meets dub, do you want it cleaner or grimmier? And which other bands nailed that balance for you? If you enjoyed this episode, then go watch this video.